Let's go.
Today's Earlage Day, so we're starting to chop our earlage. We have about 30 acres in here and a farm that's a little further away from the home farm, so we normally use trucks to bring the earlage in, but our harvester guy didn't have anyone to run the trucks this year. So here we are. So this is brand new for me. We're figuring it out. Me and Earl, this is the first time running trucks for silage. So we're gonna run trucks for a little bit to bring this earlage home from this other farm. Then we'll probably go back to our tractors and wagons for a round home there. Do this unloading thing. I think you need an extra foot. Now we're getting it. This is their first year for this 12-row header. So last year and the years before, we've always used an 8-row header, but they showed up today with 12. So we're munching it down a lot faster than we did before. a big nice square field now, so we should be through the frustrating part. There's this little pole sticking up along the edge of the field here, and we're trying to navigate the chopper that we used to drive back to this backfield, so looks like he oh no. It's not gonna fit. Let me see if I push that pole out of the way. So we didn't fit, so we just had to run down a little bit of beans. That's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is, so. All right, we're almost to the Mac field. at the end of the summer here, it's got really dry again. And now it's like really hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s like all week long this week, so the corn is really drying down. Wow, it is like a foddery mess here. Look at this, it's like this corn has just got so dry. It's like blowing everywhere. Oh man. Tractor now. It's a little bit quieter in here. It's a little easier to talk. So we're back in the field here at the home farm now, and we have about, like I said, about 30 acres to take off here. So far everything's going pretty good. We started into the second bag. The first bag was a little bit shorter because we were just fitting it in there to stack it in our ag bag pad area. So this is our first full-length bag, and we're starting into that. Have 2 loads into the bag already now. So this is Earlage. You guys have heard me talk about it before, but this is our high energy forage product. So it's still a forage in that we take it off with moisture in it, and we put it in a bag and seal it and allow it to ferment, and that's what keeps it from spoiling. But it's a higher concentration of energy because we don't have the whole stalk in there like corn silage. So for our beef ration, it's a really important part of our ration. It's the primary component of some of our finisher rations. So yeah, we're trying to figure out how to put enough earlage up this year to make sure that we make it through the year. We started with a bag that wasn't even opened yet before we filled last year. And this year we are just finishing up our last bag right now. So we're looking for some acreage to buy that we can do some earlage, some additional earlage, and put that in the bag too. So we're working on a couple deals. Hopefully we get something figured out and get our bags full. And the corn is drying down super fast, and so we only have a small window to get it off for earlage. We're taking it off at about 35% moisture is the goal. So I haven't seen a reading yet on this corn. This is definitely pretty dry, so I can't imagine that we're too much on the wet side. In the years past, we have taken it off maybe a little bit on the wetter side. It makes just a little bit yeah, wetter product. It's not quite as nice to feed out, but it's important that we have enough moisture in that when we put it in the bag, we can pack it tight. If it's too dry, it just gets really fluffy in there, and it's hard to pack the bag tight, and therefore it's hard to work out all the air in the bag. So an important part of getting good cured feed is to get all the air out of it and get it sealed tight. So if you have a fluffy product, it's really hard to pack it tight enough to squeeze all the air out. All right, so here we go. First load with the tractor. I'm running the McCormick today. Earl is running the Magnum, and I think we're gonna maybe run one more truck for a little bit until my dad gets back. He is running some cattle over to the butcher shop right now. Once he gets back, he can run the other wagon. So.
One thing for sure is that it's hot out here. I've like probably been to get faster, right? Especially to walk inside. Okay, we gotta run back to the four-wheeler. Oh my gosh. Okay. For this job, sometimes you need wheels instead of feet. Yuck. I don't know if you guys can see all these little cornflakes flying around, but they just came like right in my face. It's lovely. My goodness, even from all the way back here, they're still hitting me.
Hooked up. This load of corn distillers came. Dad had to run some beef cattle over, so we're trying to get everybody together, but he got the third wagon going now, so we can keep things going a little faster. We can get her finished up today. Maybe only one more load and then this bag will be full. So I think that's all we're going to do for today is just finish this bag up because the bagger has to leave and the chopper has to leave to do another job tomorrow. So I think that's all we're going to do today, and maybe we'll finish up at the end of the week here. So we finished up this bag late last night. So that's 1.5 bags that we have now, about 350 feet worth of 10-foot bags. So we're gonna try to see if we can do one more full-length bag yet. So we're trying to get some acreage put together of corn that we can buy to put up as earlage. So it looks like at the end of the week here, we're gonna make that last bag, and then that'll be our earlage crop for the year. All right, it's day 2 chopping earlage. We just started here today. It's super hot out, so hopefully we can try to keep cool, but we got first load in, and we started in the first field there, so we're bringing it in from a little further away today, so we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, here we go, second day. So we got a little bit different setup here today. That big bagger that we normally use wasn't available today, so we had to rent another bagger. So we're running it with the Magnum today, and still a 10-foot bag, but not quite as big, not quite as fast, but I think it should do the job for today. So we got the Magnum all set up on there, and I think we should be ready to run. All right, so we finished up that first field, and we're gonna try to work all the equipment over to this other field. So I'm pulling the header right now. This is a 30-foot header, so it's a 12-row header, and it's not so easy to maneuver around any space that's not a field. So I'm gonna see if I can take this header over and get positioned, and then the chopper can come pick it up off the cart, and we'll get into this second field here. So we call this earlage. There's a couple different names for this product. Some people call it cob chop. Some people call it snaplage. But we call it earlage basically because we're just chopping the ears. And this is our high energy forage. So we have a couple different forages that we mix into our ration. But earlage is a high energy forage, so it allows us to mix our rations at a little bit higher energy level than just corn silage. So one of the reasons we take off earlage is because we can store it well. So we can put this product in a bag, and because of the moisture content and because of the roughage, the extra roughage that's in there from the cob and a little bit of the husk, we can pack it well into a bag, and it ferments and it keeps well. So we can store it through the winter, and we use this product then all year long in our rations. Because we're not chopping the whole stalk, because we're just chopping the ear, the tonnage per acre is down compared to corn silage. So in a normal year, we might average around 10 ton per acre of earlage. whereas we might be at 25 or 30 ton even of corn silage. Last year we had some fields that didn't yield as much. They were probably like 7 or 8 ton per acre. But it looks like this year we're getting pretty close to 10 ton or a little bit over 10 ton an acre, at least at the fields at the home farm there. We'll have to see how these fields yield. So even though we aren't chopping the stalks, we still use the stalks, and that's what we call fodder. So the rest of the stalk that's not ears gets stripped out the bottom of that header left on the ground. And then we'll come back and we'll chop up all the stalks, chop up all the fodder, we call it, and we'll bale it up, and we use that for bedding for the rest of the year. So that's what a lot of our cattle are on, bedded pack. That means that we have to put bedding in the barn. So we use the fodder from the corn as bedding in those pens. Just ran back home here to see how they're making out with the bagger, and it must have poured here. Casey said it rained for a couple minutes, just downpour. It's all muddy here. It's like huge puddles. It's crazy, but it didn't rain at all over where we're chopping, so that's good. So we can keep running, I think. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. It's like really starting to blow, and I'm not sure if it's going to rain or not. It's crazy. It rained here at home, and it didn't rain where we were chopping, but it looks like another little blip is coming here. So I guess we'll see if we can get it all in or not today. All right, well, we're officially rained out. It started raining not only here, but in the field where we were chopping, and it just poured for several minutes. So we shut down for today. Hopefully we can start going tomorrow again. It's been really, really dry here, so I think that the ground should soak up the water pretty quickly, and hopefully we can get this bag finished tomorrow. Wasn't exactly the plan, but you don't get to plan the weather. All right, it's the next day. See if we can finish up this earlage today. I think maybe 8 loads or so we were estimating would fill up this bag, and then we should be done. So I know the chopper started already. I'm just waiting here for the first truck to show up, and then we'll get the bagger rolling. Making progress. We got 3 loads in. The chopper, I don't know, had some problems or something, so they spent a little while. There was about, I don't know, almost 2 hours between that last 2 loads. So, but we're back at it now, and I think we'll probably get about maybe another four loads in here or so, and We're having a little bit of trouble with the mud here at the end. It gets a little bit squirrely, but I think we got a good game plan now. We're gonna bring the trucks in from the other side, so let's see if we can get it wrapped up. Last load, then we're gonna close up the bag. We always poke a little hole in it to let the air out. When it first starts fermenting, it builds up so much gas in there that it wants to push the dirt off the end, so you have to give it a little bit of a relief. But there it is, 2023 Earlage in the bag.